everyone, PJ back with this week's mailbag. Yes, I brought it back, by the way, not sponsored at all by Art of Play, if only. I think they sponsor people anyways. So first, I got a deck of cards of sorts right here that did not come in this case, by the way, that I got on, I think it was Game Crafter, or was it Dry Fruit Cards? I don't remember what's the one. But it's a deck of cards that has 8 different suits. And it's got all sorts of stuff in there. You got suits like spades, hearts, clubs, and diamonds, and some other suits in 4 different colors. And the cards also have some tarot style stuff to them, like World and Death and other cards like that. And also you can use the letters that are emboldened, that are big, emboldened, and there's numbers in the corners as well. Kind of interesting deck. Its primary use, I believe, is what I'll review it in the future, obviously, in a few weeks. The primary purpose of this deck is basically to help people with like prototyping card games that you come up with. And speaking of card games, I also got pairs, the deluxe edition. I already had a regular pairs. It looks like that. I got years ago on Kickstarter in 2014, I think it was. Now I got the more modern version. Incidentally, pairs. And it's the deluxe edition, and the main reason why I got it, and the big reason why I got it, is because of this massive book of rules of all sorts of games you can play with this deck. It's a versatile deck that plays all sorts of games. And it was like $5 or something. Shipping was a lot, or it was a bit, considering it was like a $5 game, but it also came like overnight, so can't complain too much. Then I got a game that I got on Amazon UK. It's also available on other European Amazons and Fiddler.net. It's a game from Pyanik that came out a couple years ago called Geek. And in this one, you're rolling a die, and whatever number it lands on, you're taking cards from a bunch of cards that are on the table, and you're trying to get the highest cards for the most points, and also hoping that the colors of the cards that you took are not still here on the table at the end of the round, because then you lose cards. You lose cards for every card that matches a color that's still left behind. So, kind of an interesting little game, family type game. I think I'll check it out. Then I got some games that I got from Board Game Geek. I just picked up today, and includes 3 expansions for a solo game, Food Chain Island, and another expansion for another solo game, the Royal Limited. These are both from Button Side Games. And then I also got Soda Smugglers, which is by Ryan Knizia. Sort of a card game. You're basically trying to smuggle in sodas. And kind of a little bluffing, bribery type game. This is the first one in the Criminal Capers collection, which is why I got it, primarily, by Bitewing Games. And then I got this one, Ugly Christmas Sweaters, which is a trick-taking, card drafting, sweater crafting game by Hunter or Hennigar and H2 Games, I guess it is. This is like a Kickstarter game a few years ago, 2020. Seems pretty cool. Where you're playing cards, you're winning tricks, and you're trying to put together sweaters that match what different characters are looking for, type of a thing. And then that was it from Board Game Bliss. There's a couple more games. I got this one, which is an older game from 2007 from Red Glove in Italy, and it's called Easy School. And this one, you're playing college students. You're trying to pass exams, but you also have to avoid stress. And yeah, it seemed kind of fun, a little set collection type game. And then I got another game here, which I got from Gameplay in Portugal. It's from Pythagoras, which is a Portuguese company, called Lusitania XXI 21. And again, it's a little kind of a set collection game where you're trying to build up an army. Seems pretty cool. And then I got a deck of cards that I got from Collectible Playing Cards on eBay, which also came with a bunch of cards. This one is, it's a robot deck. I forget the exact name that they put out years ago. This is from their recent Harry Houdini deck. This is from the Fire deck, I think. Elements deck, if I recall. Element series. This is from the Poker Dogs 2nd edition. And this is actually from the Poker Cats 1st edition. What's back to this one do you prefer? Do you prefer this or this one? I think some people prefer this one. I think it's kind of cool too. And there's one more, which is from their cert deck. I forget what it's called. It's not the Denim, it's the one that goes with the Denim. Anyways, the deck I got is an older deck. It came out 2017, and this is the Bicycle Nebula, which is from Kickstarter years ago from a guy named Barry. That's the only name he had, Barry. And it seemed pretty cool. It's definitely harder to find. When I saw it pop up, I'm like, here's my card. Which I do way too much with. Anyways, and then there's a couple games here that I got on Kickstarter. First is Duel, which is a 2 to 3 player trick-taking game in which every card has 2 different suits. And you're playing one suit, the other suit is asleep, or one suit is awake. It's celestial animals and whatnot. These are all by Zerua Games. There it is. Another one I got is Hermit, which is a solo game where you're trying to get this hermit off the beach and into the ocean by playing cards onto the table, matching up different symbols and stuff like that. And finally, Road Trip, which is another solo game. In this one, you got a bunch of cards that are postcards. On one side, the postcards are different locations across America. On the other side, they got different actions you can take, like move a card 2 back or 2 forward, or move one to the start, or move one to the back, or swap 2 cards that are next to each other, or just 2 random cards. And what you're trying to do is all these cards, these postcards, have numbers in sequential order from 1 through, I guess, 18, because it's an 18 card game. And you're trying to get, you're going to have 9 cards out on the table, and 9 cards that are going to have actions that you can use. And you're trying to get the 9 cards in order sequentially, in ascending order. It's easier, so it's harder than it sounds, but it's pretty cool. So that's Road Trip and Hermit and Duel, and that's what I got this week. Not expecting anything else this week, but next week a few things, I guess, a couple things. So that is it. Comment, like, subscribe, let me know what you think. We'll see you next time. Thanks for watching.